Listen up. I'm going to tell you why I am completely obsessed with Brunt. I've worn a lot of work boots in my life, and I'll tell you this, before Brunt, my feet were destroyed. I could not wait to get my work boots off. Then, I tried a pair of Brunt boots. Let me tell you, it was relaxing. Right out of the box, these things were ready to go. There was no break-in. There was no blisters. Right away, they fit so we could work. Comfort meets protection, meets durability, all in one. And these are not just any boots. These babies are built for the job site. Slip resistant, heat resistant, waterproof. They got it all. They are even electrical hazard rated. Whether you're rocking the Marin with its 6-inch soft toe, total powerhouse, or the Omen, lightweight, water resistant with all the features you need. I'm telling you, you're gonna get boots as comfortable as your sneakers, but as durable as real work requires. Over 500,000 folks have already joined the Brunt crew, trying them on the job risk-free with free shipping. Guys, check them out, but don't wait, because they're going fast for the holidays, and the holidays are right around the corner. Limited edition styles are dropping all month, and they're going to sell fast. Treat yourself or the hardworking man in your life to something built to last. And hey, all my listeners get $10 off using code Chael at checkout. That's bruntworkwear.com. Use code Chael to get $10 off. Get yours today and let them know the bad guy sent you.
170. There's really no weight class like it. I was just staring at the rankings. It is murderer's row. Joaquin Buckley was ranked number 8. Number 8. So, I mean, just think about that in perspective, or how deep and difficult that division will be. I mean, there's talk about Morales is going to be next. I don't disagree with that. I don't want Sean Brady to have a big, long road back. I want him to be able to have one match and he gets it right. Garry can't go around and be denied. We can't act like Belal doesn't still matter. We can't act like Shavkat Rakhmonov isn't completely undefeated and has only lost one round of his life. But for what's next for Islam? Protas is a big star. I mean, guy, you keep on playing this game. I am firmly, I'm not even on the fence, I am firmly on the idea of Kamaru Usman. And I was having this discussion with some other fighters, and somebody brought this up, which was you have 3 parties involved. You got to look at Islam, you got to look at Islam's opponent, and you got to look at the UFC. And they were saying, from the UFC's perspective, they asked the question, they didn't answer it. They posed a question: is Kamaru the right move for the UFC? And the whole reason that came up is Kamaru had done an interview. It was offhand, it wasn't meant to be literal, but I did see the interview, and he said that he would like to win the belt and not fight again, not defend it. I believe he even said go up to 185 and then, fight for that belt. And so that becomes a thing. Well, do you want to give a guy a world title fight that doesn't want to do 2 and 3 more matches, that doesn't want to come in and defend the belt? Okay, fine. But let's just stay on that. Because if you're looking to serve Kamaru Usman, if you're looking to reward him for every wonderful thing that he's did, if you want to reward him for winning 5 straight rounds against Buckley, great, title fight's a way to do it. But aren't you also serving Islam Makhachev very well? I mean, isn't that the best move for Islam Makhachev? If Islam goes out there and he is to beat whoever's next, to dominate him, he's able to get guys in this position and show this grappling and do a lot like what he did to Jack, like any variation of that. If he does it against anybody not named Kamaru Usman, is it going to surprise you? Would it wow you? Would it move you up on the Mount Rushmore conversations, or of the GOAT conversations, of the current pound for pound conversations? Would it wow you? Now, let me just ask you again. What if he went out and he did that to Kamaru Usman? What if he was able to hold Kamaru down and put Kamaru in positions that Khamzat Chimaev was not? What if he was able, talking about Islam here, to go out and get more positions and more control time and win more rounds against Kamaru Usman than Khamzat Chimaev did? Wouldn't that wow you? So, and if the answer is yes, and I believe it is, wouldn't you be serving Islam very well? Like, if you're an Islam fan and Islam supporter, isn't that the opponent that you would want? And by the way, I want to tell you this. There is nobody that you can argue had a better career or was a better welterweight than Georges St-Pierre aside from Kamaru Usman. I don't believe you'd win that argument. But you could make the argument and not lose credibility amongst your peers. The only guy you could compare to George, right? Kamaru Usman. Okay. What would happen if George came back right now? You wouldn't even wonder. You would not even have a discussion or a headline about who should George fight. We all know George would fight for the title. All right, let's use Khabib. What would happen if Khabib came back right now? He hasn't beaten anybody. He's not going up the rankings. It's not that he's lost. It's not that he's won. He hasn't done it. What would happen if Khabib came back? We would not even have a discussion. There would be no debate on what is next for Khabib. He would fight for the title. All right. I just want to prove that point to you because Kamaru Usman, world champion, Kamaru Usman, dominant career, had Kamaru Usman retired, and all of a sudden we read that he's re-entered the pool and Kamaru Usman's back in the sport, there wouldn't even be a discussion. We would know that he's fighting for the title. So we're now going to punish him because he didn't leave? We're going to act like all those world championships and all that great stuff and all those laurels work against him? That doesn't sound right to me. That doesn't sound right. Kamaru Usman is the guy for the job. And if you want to be amazed, Islam is having a little bit of a hard time with everybody wildly accepting his level of greatness. Now, that isn't because he's not showing greatness. In fact, Islam could stop now and, like a fine wine, have his career look better with time. How would that work? Well, guys that he's already beat go on to do great things. By example, if Arman Tsarukyan captures a world championship, and I believe that he will, that's going to look very good for Islam. Just by example, like it's one of those things. It all comes down to, who'd you beat? Well, Islam might have already beaten all the right guys. He might have already taken out all the right guys on his way to that belt at 55 and before he left 55. They just haven't risen up yet. So there's a number of things that are unfair when you're talking about GOAT-style debates, whether it's GOAT of the night, GOAT of the division, GOAT of the year, whatever it might be. But all those categories are a little bit difficult because of the subjectiveness, and sometimes looking wonderful or having fights look and reflect wonderfully, sometimes you don't have to do anything different. You just got to wait. Sometimes with mixed martial artists like other artists, their career looks better with time.